Welcome to Gaziantep, a city that's over 2,000 years old, has been conquered by a variety of empires, but it's known first and foremost for its food. That's right, because the food is just that amazing. It's known as a world gastronomy city, and it's one of those cities that if you're a foodie, you just have to visit. So what exactly is it known? The big things here would be pistachio dishes, pistachio coffee, baklava, pistachio bread, and a ton of other things, including pistachio cakes. And it's known for AMAZING kebabs, and just in general, some really amazing Turkish food. A lot of the cuisine things that come from Turkey, a lot of the cuisines in Turkey that locals and international travelers alike love, all came from Gaziantep. Now let's get ready for some amazing food, some amazing sights, a few castles, and a ton of fun. So right now we're walking through Old Gaziantep. Old Gaziantep dates back about 1,000 plus years, and it's too narrow in here for cars to get by. So like most old sort of Turkish cities, you've got sort of one main road cars can go down, and then all these side alleys that you can explore. Let's check it out. Now we're headed up to the Gaziantep Castle. So originally the way this castle started was the Hittites. They used this as a watchtower. So there's just one tower up here. And then at a later date, the Romans came along and they actually built a legit castle. So that's what we're about to see. Alright, so this castle in Gaziantep actually holds quite a bit of history here that even dates back to the 1920s. So the way it worked, the Romans built it all up and everything like that. After World War I, the French and the British took over most of what was the Ottoman Empire. One of the historically relevant battles that happened right here with defenders fighting for Turkish freedom in this very castle. Crazy. Here we are at the top of Gaziantep Castle, or Gaziantep Castle. Back in the 1920s, this was actually a focal point of the resistance that led to the formation of modern day Turkey. So it's sort of cool to be in a place with so much history. So that was Gaziantep Castle, definitely worth a visit, and it's really cool to see like a castle that takes advantage of the local landscape to really create a fairly defensive point. Right over here we've got a bit of a moat, it looks like. So there used to be water here, and then it looks like there was a tunnel running alongside the edge of this hill, and it has little slits in it. So my guess is defenders could sit and fire from those slits into people trying to cross the moat, and there's a drawbridge or bridge right behind me back here. Yeah, pretty cool piece of history. It's interesting to see just how these defenses work. It looks like a pretty deep moat. I'd say it's probably like 10-20 feet deep at parts. So it's not something that you can just wade across. You need to be swimming it, and in the gear that in the gear of the times, I couldn't imagine swimming that with a sword or pickaxe or whatever. It's craziness to see, and it's craziness to imagine the audacity of someone that would try to undertake attacking this castle. This is So this is one of the cool things about these Turkish cities and stores and houses. You go to them and there's a whole like underground component that's just so old. Like look at these pillars. These are hundreds, if not thousands of years old. And it's just underneath a random store that we went to buy some spices. And this isn't like abnormal, this is the norm. Also, this is where they make the olive oil that they sell here. Hi.
After a long day exploring Gaziantep, we went to a restaurant called AMAZING Turkish Kabab ve Kebab Saloon. At least that's how I think it's pronounced. I probably got some of it wrong. What we had is we started off with a shepherd salad, which is what you see here. Then we moved on to lahmacun, which is a nice sort of Turkish flatbread. You got a little bit of lamb on it, some sort of spices mixed in, and then you add some parsley and lemon. After that, we had a kebab with yogurt, so that's called El Nazik. It's a really delicious kebab. It has the perfect blend of sort of spices, meats, and everything else. And then we finished off the meal with some baklava. It was all delicious, and I definitely recommend going here. The next day, we kicked things off right with a trip to the Sigma Mosaic Museum. This is a world-renowned mosaic museum and the biggest one in the world. The amazing thing about this museum is everything that you see inside of it has been found in this area of Turkey. It dates back to the Hellenistic Greek periods and the Roman Empire, and these mosaics are found in many rooms, and some of them are even found in occupied houses. The owners were undergoing a renovation project. They pulled up an old wooden or tile floor, and underneath it they found pristine works of art. They contacted the museum pulled that artwork out, and renovations continued. It blows my mind to think that you could be living above such a marvel and not even know it until you decided to undergo a renovation. You pull up floors that are damaged, dinged, and dirty, and you find this amazing work of art dating back hundreds or maybe even 1,000 years. It's mind-blowing to think that's how things work in this area of Turkey, but it really is. This mosaic right here is called the Gypsy Girl. It is one of the most revered mosaics in this museum, and the eyes of this mosaic are amazing. It uses the same technique that the Mona Lisa does to have the eyes track you wherever you are in the room. And for the last stop of the trip, we've got the Gaziantep Bronze Market. This is a market dating back hundreds of years that has an amazing selection of wares. Everything from copper pots to copper spoons to knives to swords to axes to purses, and even spices or baklava can be found here. Perusing through the stalls, it is amazing to see the variety of options, and you know they are made locally because you can see a lot of the craftsmen working right inside their shop. And with that, it's time to say goodbye to Gaziantep, at least for now.